Here we go, everybody. Solo Sundays. What's going on, everybody? We will let everybody trickle in, and then we will dive in. Live before lock, Sunday afternoon. Hope everybody's had a good weekend. I have. And I'm excited for it to continue after this. It's so weird doing these by myself after doing them with someone else for so long. With so much solo, and now so much two-man booth, and now so much solo. It's hard. You forget how to do it. It's two very different experiences. What's going on, everybody? I am finishing off some of my final crunches. Jeffrey, every Sunday. Every Sunday. Solo Sundays with me. I had a not awesome Saturday, DFS-wise, for the first time in a while, so time to handle it all today. Let's get it done. All right, let's crunch out these final FanDuel crunches, and then we can talk about everything. Talk about the whole slate. Alrighty, 182 minus 36 is 146. Not that that matters to anyone else. Get your Ryan Yarborough ready today, baby. Honestly, let's win some money today. That'd be fun, right? It'd be very fun. Who doesn't like money, you know? Sound like Bill Burr there. You know? I can't do a very good Bill Burr. Josh does have all the cool shirts. The 1998 NBA All-Star Weekend in New York All-Star shirt. It's a good one. Yeah, it's a quick one. Look, the morning slates are tough because I could record a video at like 8 o'clock in the morning and then lineups come out 2 hours later and it's all worthless. So it's a lot better to just do one on a Sunday. It's just a lot easier. Ownership went out 3 minutes ago, if anybody was curious. So there should be, the most recent update should have been from 3 minutes ago. The Shia LaBeouf hour. I like it. Glad everybody's here. It's weird. I don't pay that much attention to the chat anymore because I generally just let Spags handle it. Now I gotta train myself to look over and answer you guys. Otherwise, I'm gonna ruin everything by sitting here in silence. All I have to do is just paste in this FanDuel, this final FanDuel crunch, and then we can basically take questions for an hour. Might already even be done. Almost. Almost. Jake in the chat. What up, Jake? All right, let's get this in here, and then I'm going to take all sorts of questions. People liking the Padres, apparently. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Only lineups left are the Rangers game, right? I'm not crazy. Ooh, Rangers lineup is out. Only one left is the Orioles. Good to know. Hope this one doesn't change that much. I don't want to re-crunch. It is not worth my time. All right, FanDuel is grabbed. Drop it in. Lost the chat. Where'd you go? There we are. Shark, I did see the fights last night. I watched the whole card, actually. Not a great card. The last three fights were exciting, but you know, not the best from a name value perspective. I thought I thought DJ won that fight against Cejudo. I don't really like that decision, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. And then I'm happy that TJ starched Cody again. Quick hits are just going to be Monday to Friday. It takes about an hour to do those, a little over an hour from start to finish to pick everybody, do all the details. It's just to jam that in before an early slate. By the time everybody would watch it, the games would already start. So there's very little utility in those things. They're good when like people can catch them throughout the day. All right, FanDuel Crunch. Let's refresh. I'm gonna give you everything, guys. All the data is coming as soon as I paste these in here, because all I have in on FanDuel right now are placeholders, and well, not gonna win money with a lineup of 9 guys that don't play today. That's for sure. All right, crunched one too many. That's okay. Hope I didn't just delete the good one. I wouldn't say it was a robbery. Look, it was a technically good fight, but it wasn't like a good fight. Does that make sense? I don't know. I enjoyed it, but I mean nobody was ever really in any danger. All right, lineups are in for me. So let's take a look at where I stand right now. And I guess I should probably add the Rangers lineup in now that that dropped while I was doing all of this. Fingers crossed that I don't have to make any changes here, but I assume that I do since I have a ton of Rangers. If this changed at all, it's going to be a pain in the ass. Giancarlo. Withdraw some cash on FanDuel. That's not all of my bankroll. I don't just keep it on there. It's there because it's there. I gotta buy a new laptop. Maybe I'll take some scratch out for that. Alright, who's not in the damn Rangers lineup that was supposed to be? A third. Really? No Adrian Beltre, huh? That's a tad annoying. Alrighty. Well, let's swap out Adrian Beltre quickly. Yeah, I agree. Unimpressive performance from DJ. Although, I don't know if you watched the post-fight press conference, but he thinks he popped something on his knee a little bit. Whoa, Reed. What are we yelling about here? All of the rating on the website are all wrong. That's not a sentence. Salaries on website are wrong. Okay. Take a look. Generally speaking, in this case, you know, I'll let someone know in Slack. The salary information here is cosmetic, so the rankings should be fine. But I'll let everybody know. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Whew, big sneeze. Big sneeze. All right, let's get Adrian Beltre out, and then I actually want to be able to answer some questions. Who's playing third for the Rangers? I might just eat that salary. Profar, eh? Can I eat it all? Whoa, apparently I cannot. Way more expensive. All right, so who's my best third baseman? I'm gonna have to recrunch this shit, aren't I? Give me 1 second, guys. Got to get Beltray out. Then I'm going to take every question. Every single one of them. Good or bad. Jake in the chat, Alex in the chat. This is a Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon-ish party, huh? I'm going to recrunch, but I just want to make sure that I have what's in here correct. That way I can talk too. Just in case like something goes wrong. At least I don't have Beltray just dying in that lineup, but I am going to recrunch. Alrighty, so here's where I'm at for everything right now. I'll give you guys the breakdown. Number 1 stack for me is still going to be the Rangers. I know that they line up as 4th here, but that's because Beltray's exposure is out, and it's going to change that. Cubs, Indians, Padres, all really great. It's hard to not want to be on the Cubs and Padres. Cubs have a 6.6 run implied total now. Insane. Just absolutely insane. These late day hammers are pretty huge hammers today. I don't know what Thor's hammer is called. I don't even know if it's really a hammer. I don't follow that stuff, but that's like what this is. That's crazy. 6.6 Chicago. So that's sort of where I'm at right now. Lots of exposure to the Padres, to the Rangers, to the Nats. I'm well above the field there. I've got a lot of Rockies again on FanDuel. And there's nobody that I'm like heavily fading. So we'll see. I don't mind Rizzo not playing. Yeah. Thanks, Chris, for letting me know who is using the Awesemo YouTube account there, because honestly, it could have been anybody at this point. I was waiting for it to be Eddie. All right, so from a pitching perspective for me now, I've got a decent amount of Nola. He's like a pretty clear top option on FanDuel just because of his price. I love John Gray. I'm eating that chalk today. But I'm way over the field on Shane Bieber. And get your Ryan Yarbrough ready. I have like overwhelming amounts of Ryan Yarbrough. All the talk is that he's going to pitch. This is a perfect spot for him. 6,900. He's the value guy that I'm looking for. That's great that you wanted credit for your trolling. Look, it's pitching's a weird one today. Lots of Shane Bieber. I know Jake would probably tell me I'm a moron for that one, but he just makes things work for me. Tons of Ryan Yarbrough. I assume that he's going to be interested in that as well. I've got too much Wade Miley, I think, but I'm going to let that slide. And then a little bit of Big Irv. No. And then the 4 main guys, that, like, basically I'm either at the top or picking off a couple individual guys in the middle, at least for right now. You got a couple more adjustments to make. FanDuel's a little more cut and dry. Nothing has to be updated on FanDuel because of the Rangers game not being included. Because why would you want to do that, right, FanDuel? Right. So if we're looking at FanDuel, we could treat these numbers as gospel. Tons of the Cubs, tons of the Padres, tons of the Indians. I'm over the field on all of those teams. Very little in the Angels, Pirates, White Sox, Marlins category. Yeah, no Jeffrey Ramirez for me. I'm not a huge fan today. I've got 0 as of right now. So get your questions in. Happy to answer anything you guys want to talk about. I'm going to give it another minute or... No, I'll probably give it like 15 minutes before I recrunch DraftKings, just to see if that Orioles line comes out. There's just going to be so much interest, at least on DK, in Padres, Cubs, Orioles, Rangers. Padres, Cubs, Rangers in particular. Row arc on DK. I've got 14% row arc. We're projecting 11. Yeah, he's fine. I don't love the $9,600 price tag. Like, I think John Gray and Flaherty both better values just underneath. Do I like the Phillies today? Yeah, I do. Relatively neutral. Just a notch above the field, but I do. All right, Shark. See if I could find one. Okay, so this would be a good example, sort of. So what I'm doing here in this field for the index match, the first part of the index match right here is it's looking in my table that's called T Daily, and it's looking in the salary field. So what I'm trying to do here is find the DraftKings salary. So you start with what information you want. Then it's the search parameter. In this case, it's whoever's hitting first for the Angels. And then I have that same label in that table called O label. So it's what you want, the search parameter, where you would find the search parameter. You really only need to know those three things. Once you realize that sort of stuff, index match goes a lot easier. Are the Cubs and Padres too over-owned today, or do you eat the chalk? I'm eating it. Yum, 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 yum. I shouldn't have done that. No, I'm eating it. I'm not totally eating it. Like, I'm a little under the field on the Padres, but yeah, I have 15% aggregate ownership of the Cubs, and I will happily do that. Shark, if you have more questions, just feel free to DM me. Or even if you want to email me the sheet, I could put it in there so you can see how it works. Matt 1 milli. Hunter Wood is starting for the Rays. Ryan Yarbrough expected to be the guy that comes in. Tehran or Shields? Come on, guys. You know the answer to that. I have 3% Julio Tehran. He's at 19. He's one of my bigger fades, him and Danny Duffy. But, yeah, I won't touch James Shields. I have 0. The bat is favoring San Diego and Kansas City. Yeah, so is everyone. It's not just Derek Carty's projections. It's mine. It's everybody. You have to be. If you're not, if you have projections and you don't have the Cubs and Padres highly ranked, your projections are shit. You can't get, like, you can put together the crappiest team, but a 6.6 run implied total is going to run any team to the top unless you're making individual changes. Do I think Albert Almora will get pinch hit for? Depends on the game scenario. You know, if they're up 8, no. If it's the 6th inning and there's 2nd and 3rd and they bring somebody on, you know, maybe. I doubt it, but like that's a, you know, it's a decent look. Hell, Baez has bigger splits than Almora. You want to play Ohtani on DCAT. I wouldn't play Ohtani and Bieber in the same lineup, not on a 10-game slate. It's not a huge issue if you have one hitter against the pitcher because there's a finite amount of damage that can cause. But there's just no need to do that. Not to mention, I have only one lineup with Ohtani in it, so. Thanks, MXM, I think. I don't know. No, Shields does not look good today. At least not for me, but that should not be surprising. I mean, Caratini's fine, but if somebody's hitting that far down in the order, your exposure is going to be minimal. What do I think about Kyle Schwarber? I mean, he's a slugger hitting 5th on the team with the highest implied total. How much Braves? No Braves for me. Yeah, I'll have a lot of Gray Yarborough. I'll have a lot of Nola Yarborough. how do my stack rankings work? It doesn't look like it's only based on projections. If you mean in the article, those rankings are just what it was at the time. But it's a combination of my ownership with like ranking tiebreakers. So if like two teams have 12% aggregate ownership, I round everything off for groups, and then if like one team grades out better statistically, then they'll get the nod. So that's what I'm doing when I'm posting spotlight hitters, pitchers, and stacks. I'm using this table, and it's sorting everything by first my column of exposure, and then it's using column P here as the tiebreaker if the exposures are the same. Jared, every guy is different. If somebody's chalk and I don't think they should be chalk, then they're at 20% and I'm at 1. Yeah, I have no issue with the Phillies. I'm right there with the field. Nothing crazy. I'm a little surprised at how my exposures are going on FanDuel. I'm underrepresenting the Twins today. I'm not really happy about it. It just doesn't build out well. Lots of low salary flotsam at the bottom. Loose screw, I have no idea. How do Polanco and Marte look for me? I don't have any Pirates. $7K pitcher on FanDuel grades out the best. I mean, nobody? I don't know. Probably Yarborough, honestly, but on FanDuel, it's not really like a necessity to go down to 5,500. There's not that much expensive bat. I mean, I guess the Indians and Rangers. Oh, that's wrong site. I guess the Indians are a pretty pricey stack. So Yarborough goes well with the Indians on FanDuel. Thoughts on Brewers lefties against Gray? No Brewers for me today. Single entry starting pitcher on FanDuel if I had to pick one. I would pick Nola. Nola or Roark? I didn't drink any coffee today, so I'm dragging ass. Oh, that water tastes good though. I ate too much sushi for lunch. Just big ball of sushi just laying in my gut. Where do the Rockies rank? I essentially don't have them. At least not on DK. But I'm double the field on FanDuel. Rockies are different. So I have 10% aggregate on FanDuel. We're only projecting 4. But I basically don't have them on DraftKings. John Fogel, love Bieber today. Yeah, no love for James Shields, period. Unless I'm talking about the inverse love of liking stacks against him. That's a way that I like James Shields pretty regularly. MXM, my wife is in Philly right now. I should send her over there. Put some bets in. Michael Guillen, need a low-owned stack. Yeah, don't we all, buddy? Lots of teams go really well with the Cubs. Any love for the Nats as a pivot? Yeah, I'm double the field on the Nats. Love the Nats. Always love the Nats. Yeah, you guys could probably make my lineups for me at this point. Got to cut my grass today for the first time in a while. First time that it hasn't rained profusely for 24 straight hours, so I was able to get out there. Oh boy, was that long. Damn jungle in the backyard. We're dog sitting my father-in-law's dog. Little tiny chihuahua looking thing. Grass is taller than the dog. Who's scared to be out there? William, I am matching the field for exposure, at least on DK for the Cubs. I'm over the field on FanDuel. Yeah, I'll do no research, man. Yes, John Fogel. I love Bieber. Do you want to know how I love him? I also wrote about him in Spotlight Pictures today. No, I didn't watch any of the Hall of Fame speeches. I don't care. Loose screw, I couldn't win $100,000 today, no matter what. I'm not in any tournaments that pay out anything remotely close to that. But, I appreciate that. I wish you were right. What kind of hat is that? Hornets. I will not Tehran today, that's for sure. Yeah, it's hard to avoid the Cubs here. It'd be a weird premise not to. Look, here's the most important thing about it. This is not like the NBA where if... What's a good example here? If Jeremy Lamb is going to get the start because Nick Batum is out, and Jeremy Lamb is projected to be 75% owned. There's a play there where the chalk is interesting. For me, at least in baseball, I've got 15% of the Cubs as stacks. Like, that means 85% of the rest of my lines don't have the Cubs. For all intents and purposes. We're ignoring, like, one-offs and stuff. There's just, like... Yeah, I want to have 15% of the Cubs because they have a 6.6 run implied total. I'll be different elsewhere. That's not all he killed, Earl Fountain. That's not all he killed. Mike M, I don't disagree. I just like sports clothes. I don't much care about what team it is. Jeremiah Johnson, I am absolutely positively 100% not playing NFL preseason. I've got a gambling problem, but it's not that big. Depends what the definition of low-owned stack is. Or which website. Alan Brock, no comment. There you go, Kevin Lane. Why do I like San Diego so much? I mean, I'm not really in the minority here. Padres are the second chalkiest stack on DraftKings. They're tied for second on FanDuel. They have a 5.3 run implied total. I mean, there's that. Jeremiah Johnson, that's a very true statement. How much do I like the Orioles? Not that much. I'm well under the field on the Orioles on DraftKings. Earl Fountain, I hope you're wrong. Would not be helpful for me. That would not be a helpful thing for me. Not in the least. I'm all about the Beebs. Tamar Green, I have no idea what you're saying there. But if you're trying to say that you should play Hunter Wood, you shouldn't play Hunter Wood. You should be playing Ryan Yarbrough. Because I am playing Ryan Yarbrough in overwhelming amounts of lineups. How many projected Ks for Beebs? Not that many. 4.6 or something stupid. I think he's got a really, really high floor. And at his price point, I think that he could hit value and be fine. If I could only have one for a DK GPP, do I take Bieber or Gray? I mean, that's a really hard question to answer. I personally take Bieber. Might be in the minority there, though. Got any Flaherty? Yes. 25% on DraftKings, actually. Close to double the field. All right, time to re-crunch, I guess, since it doesn't appear that this... Oh, wait. What happened to... Oh, that game plays later. All right, let's re-crunch DraftKings. I have Yarbrough in for like 4.5 or something. I like being relatively pessimistic in those scenarios, and that still makes him come up a lot. So I'm fine with it. And I like these Sunday stream. I like this midday stuff. All right, if you were max entering 20 max tournaments, I would do 100 lines. I would do 100 unique lines. Yes, Rocky Stack should be low owned on FanDuel, and I have them a lot. Don't Tehran, not in my opinion. Yeah, I would do 100 lines and spread them all over each tournament. Alex talked about it in one of the game plan articles, but you don't want to maximize your chance of winning every tournament, or you don't want to try to win every tournament in one night. You want to maximize your chances of winning at least one. I hope that makes sense. Will I watch the Cubs game today? No, not at all. Although I do want to take a nap today, so today does seem like a really decent day to watch some baseball. Yeah, that's a baseball's boring joke, everybody, in case you were curious. You know why? Baseball is hella boring. I can't watch cage fighting on a Saturday night and then think to myself, you know what I want to do? Watch a baseball game for 3.5 hours. Oh boy, it's like taking an Ambien. Well, I've been pasting that all over FanDuel for some stupid reason. Should crunch lineups on mushrooms. No, I shouldn't. No, I certainly should not. Ugh. Better yet, Xanax. I never got the appeal of Xanax, but that's neither here nor there. Chad Stalker. Yeah, that's more likely for me. I'm more likely to stare at my DraftKings contest selections compared to actually wanting to watch that sport. Better performance, Cejudo or TJ? TJ. They should, what they really should do is just get rid of the flyweight division. No need for it to exist. Very true, Alan Brock. No chin on Cody. I find him so unlikable too, so I'm happy he got nuked again. Not that I find TJ to be super super likable either, but whatever. All right. Cubs stacks. Yes, Chris. Yes. Do I dabble in MMA slates? Nah, I don't. Nobody gives a shit about the flyweight, so just make a really, really dope bantamweight division. Bantamweight? Featherweight? Whatever. Bantamweight, I think. Yeah, bantamweight. Yeah, that Conor Khabib fight is going to be something else. Drew Robinson, 2,400 on DK. Do we even care? Probably. Damn, Deion Singleton. I'll give it to you, but Jesus. Outfielder under 2,600 on FanDuel. Let's check it out. Top value play. So it's either Hunter Renfroe or Almora with the highest projections. They both are going to be relatively chalky. So if you're trying to avoid the public as well, good luck. Hunter Renfroe or Albert Almora. All you. Who do I have? Khabib or Conor? So my head says Khabib. I think if he drags Conor down even once, it's going to be a problem. However, Conor catches him and cleans him out in a round. I'm terrified for what happens. Then I think you go to Conor GSP. I think that's the follow-up fight if Conor starches Khabib. I don't see any scenario where Conor wins this by decision. I'd really be surprised if that fight went the distance, actually. Because it's going to be a mauling one way or the other. 211. 70. No Otani for me today. I don't have any. I mean, he might be in one of my, or in my solo Angels line, but that's it. Yeah, wake up. Maybe I will watch baseball. Starting to get a little tired. Trevor Williams, DK GPP. No. Don't do that. No need to do that. What's the deal with the Cubs questions today? This is like the most cut and dry thing you could possibly have. Just look at the run total. The answer is just yes. Andrew, we don't accept late people here. Beat it. Hit the bricks. If you're not on time, you're late, or whatever. You know, I'm kidding. How's Castillo looking today? I don't have him at all. Fade Baez? Nope. Not for me. I mean, granted, he's got a healthy price tag, but... Chalk pitchers today, Nola and John Gray. Best Indian bar. I don't know if I've ever been to an Indian bar. Oh, best Indian bat. Very different question then. Shit, that's funny. Either Lindor or Brantley. I'll take Hedges, Zach. Yeah, I couldn't figure out what... So, my first picture was, like, Native American Indian bar. And then I started thinking about, like, India as a country. But I realized that I didn't know any bars of either one of those things. So, at that point, I realized that that was probably not what you meant. Yes, Joseph. I like Bieber today. What's for lunch today? I ate before I started this stream. I had sushi. When the wife is out of town, I try to do as little food prep as possible. Although I did plan on making some pasta today. I didn't. So yeah, I got sushi. Alright, let's add these DK lines in. And then I can give you my final rankings of everybody. That's, well, yeah, that's exciting, right? That's what we're here for. You want the choice nugs. I do not like the Brewers lefties against Gray. Do I like the Cards at all today? Maybe. Should you take a chance on Drew Robinson at 2,400? I have 12% Drew Robinson. Does that help you at all? Yeah, Shark. Price point, and then not the best lineup. A little bit of swing and miss in that Angels lineup should help him a little bit, but it's mostly just low run total. Like I said, high floor. I think he can get pretty cleanly through this game. High roller with the sushi, huh? I've just got an addiction to it. It's one of my few vices from a financial standpoint. Alrighty, final ranks for me. Overall, top two stacks, Cubs and Indians. Rangers now. My number 3 stack on DK. I still have them 6% more than the field. I'm a little over the field with the Indians. And then the Nats, I am 6% over the field. That is my biggest gap. Team I'm fading the most, the Orioles. Very small amount of the Orioles for me, way under the field. Jake, I don't even... There's so much to unpack in that sentence. First, I feel like Minnesota's not the spot for where I should be getting sushi. That's one. Second, I don't know what's going to have to bring me to Minnesota, but that doesn't seem like a spot that I'm going to be anytime soon unless the boss wants me to be there. Third, I don't know what the GOAT restaurant is. I don't know if you're telling me that there's like the best restaurant ever, or there's a restaurant that sells goats, like on the menu, or is it just called the GOAT restaurant? I have so many questions. Yeah, Jake, I'm well aware that you have lakes. I'm not in for the freshwater tuna at a Lake Minnetonka. All right, let's look at my final pitcher exposures. Wow, I have so much Ryan Yarbrough. Jake's Lake Minnetonka. Nice reference. Come on, Jake. I'm a big Prince fan. Jake, how much Ryan Yarbrough do you have? Peak DFS. I have a ton of Gallo and Odor. Josh is too old for rides now. I can't ride. The amount of Dramamine I would have to take. At some point in time in my childhood, a switch flipped. And like, I just stopped being able to ride like spinny shit without needing a lot of Dramamine. 9% Yarbrough. Jake, do you think 32% is too much Yarbrough? By the way, I hope that the goat restaurant does serve goat, because goat is delicious. When I was in Jamaica, I had goat curry. It's one of the best things I've ever eaten. I'm a huge fan of goat curry. It had like bones and stuff in it. And the weird thing about goat, like, there are just animals roaming the roadside. Like, goats are just there as like permanent lawnmowers in Jamaica. So I feel like I was just eating like street goat, but that's fine. It was delicious. It was a goat meal. Now, Ryan Yarbrough is pitching no matter what today. I hope. I'm either going to look really smart with this Yarbrough call or fucking super dumb. There's this little middle ground. I need so little out of him at 6,900. And I think he's good. Jake, I have absolutely no idea how Yanni played. Oh, shit. Yeah, now I remember. Yeah, I think the Yarbrough one is legit, though. Like, if you search for him on Fangraphs... Alright, well, you shouldn't have had 50% Yanni Chirinos. Yarbrough is scheduled to follow game opener Hunter Wood on Sunday, per Mark Tompkin of the Tampa Bay Times. And if you check out the Rays' pitcher usage lately, nobody is gone. Yarbrough hasn't gone since the 31st. Big time off. He went 5 innings through 91 pitches in that game. Like, nobody else is set to go. Beeks is gone since then. Faria is gone. Yanni went yesterday. So, by all accounts, Ryan Yarbrough is going to be in this game. So, I mean, well, who cares about the Yanni one? Not me. I'm confident that we get Yarbrough here. Obviously. Do I have Chew or Odor as the better play? I have way more Chew than I have Odor. So Chew. Here's the thing, though. Like, I mean, I had some Yanni as well. That 0 won't murder you. I mean, it's probably going to stop you from winning a GPP, but it's not going to end those lines. So I don't have a huge problem with that Yanni problem from Friday. Now, if Ryan Yarbrough doesn't come in, that one's going to be a problem for 32%. But no, he's coming in. He's just such a good value. I'm all for it. And I only have him projected for 4.7 innings. Bryce or Soto? Probably Bryce. Ooh, no. Soto for me. I got a lot of Soto. Didn't realize Soto was hitting in the 2-hole. Come on, Jake. You're better than that. See, there you go, Chad. It didn't kill your lineup, but, you know, you didn't win. Who is Yarrow Burrow? It's a great question, Tony Bennett. I picture you singing that. Yeah, that's a Tony Bennett reference. What's the lowest spot in a lineup you feel is playable? All of them. There's no non-playable spots. I have 12% Drew Robinson today for the Rangers. He's hitting 9th. People get too tied up into like absolutes. Oh, I can't take a 9-hitter or whatever. Look, every day is different. Salary changes everything. If Mike Trout was $2,000 and hitting 9th, he'd be 90% owned. It's all a matter of circumstance. When push comes to shove, it doesn't matter who these people are. It's a salary. It's a projection. Doesn't matter whether those things land. For the most part. But circling back to that, Tony Bennett, Yarborough is the guy that's actually pitching for the Rays today after Hunter Wood closes the game in the first. God, I have the worst memory in the world. Flaherty or Bieber on FanDuel? Almost positive it's Flaherty, but let me check. Yeah, Flaherty for sure. How do you feel about a San Diego and Cubs game stack? I mean, it's great. It's going to be hyper popular, so try to differentiate a bit. I'm sure I have a bunch of it. What's my number one stack combo? Cubs and Rangers, Padres, Cubs. This is DraftKings. Cubs, Rangers, Padres, Cubs, and Indians, Padres are my top 3 combos. Yes, Chad, he is not allowed to play in the quarter tournaments anymore. There's a specific threshold for like high volume pros where they can't play under X anymore. I assume Tom can't play it either. How much Yonder Alonso do I have compared to Encarnacion? I have 10% Encarnacion, 4% Alonso. Where do I get my projected lineup orders from? I'll say this much. I get them from a competitor because they have the easiest spot to copy and paste. Maybe Jake will be on the live stream next Sunday. No, Sunday, I don't know why Jake is in the live chat right now. Sunday is Jake's day off. It's the reason you won't see me do shit on a Saturday. Sometimes you just need to take a break. I wish I would have skipped playing yesterday. It's the first Saturday I've played in a long time, and I went up in stakes. Shouldn't have done it. Chad Stalker, you probably need me to get pulled from those quarter tournaments at the rate that I've been going. What's my ROI in the quarter tournaments this year? This should be fun. Alrighty. Cohort. General. Then entry fee. Chad Stalker, if you want Captain Spaulding to get out of the quarter tournaments, maybe take me out. MLB 2018 quarter tourneys, 71% ROI. Captain Spaulding. I'm the captain now. Boom! I should sign off for that. I should have just fucking click. Gone. I'm out of here. Yeah. I'm the captain now, people. Better comedy, in my opinion, Step Brothers or Wedding Crashers? That is such an interesting question. So, here's the way that I will say it. Step Brothers is a much better movie to watch. Wedding Crashers has not aged well. However, when I saw Wedding Crashers in the theater with my friends, I've never laughed harder in a specific movie in my entire life. So at the moment, when I saw it, the answer would have been Wedding Crashers. But now, the answer is very much Step Brothers. Nice, Chad. That's good. Just wait until it grows a little bit further, and then you got to convince your wife that it should be your career. That's the interesting part of it all. Why is San Diego so chalky? That's dumb. From Osimo_com. Oh, Chris. Chris. You know the answer to why they're chalky. Wedding Crashers has not held up as well as it did, but I can... When Will Ferrell came out at the end, the entire theater just went insane because no one knew. No one knew. There was no spoilers at the time. I don't even think, like, nobody used Twitter. You just didn't know. And then he dropped that Mom Meatloaf fuck line, and oh my god, it was just... They saved the absolute best for last. They killed it, but... God, Step Brothers is just an hour and 40 minutes of quotes. I don't know if you listened to the Ringer podcast when they do the recapables, but they did Step Brothers a couple weeks ago, and god damn, it was funny. Old School's a movie that like is slowly slipping through the cracks. Isla Fisher, my top celebrity crush. That's Sophia Bush for me. Problem is I met her in person. Do I like Corey Dickerson today? I mean, I'm not a big Corey Dickerson guy, like, in general. I don't really have the Pirates today, so I'm not a fan. There you go, Jake. Forward that email for DraftKings that says you won, even though it doesn't give you any values. It's the worst email, man. All right, 5 minutes, guys. Get your final questions in. What do you have for me? It was a good little good Sunday stream. We got up to the 200s. I love hanging out on Sundays. Mila Kunis. I would like Mila Kunis more if she wasn't married to Ashton Kutcher. Yeah, I never saw the other guys. I'm not a big fan of Will Ferrell's shtick, but when it lands, it lands. Tanner Roark in the winning lineup. If one of my lineups that have Roark wins, I'll be fine with it. 5 extra minutes. For what? For what? Who's my favorite bat today? I don't have one. I don't know. I'll give you an answer, though. Favorite bat? Michael Brantley again. I don't know. Addison Russell. Who knows? Oh, lock is at 110. You're just telling me to be here till 110. I get it. I thought it was at 105. Is it really 110? Shit, it is 110. 8 more minutes, people. Get ready. Thanks, Chris. Can I ban the account that's talking? Like, is that possible? Can I ban Spags? I think you just remove it. No, I can't. Ugh. My dong pick is every player on the Phillies. Big stretch. Hoskins or Harper? Harper. We can play dodgeball. I do. Most people should. 3,600 hitting third, 6+ run implied total. What more do you want? Josh is my favorite person of 2018. TKs, you gotta get out more. I'm no one. I don't even. I might be my parents' favorite person for 2018, and that's about it. I don't even know if I'd be in the top 10 for my wife. Sign off now, Osimo_com. Sign off now. Banned from the internet. I guess I'll give a home run pick. Since Jake is... What? Good filters. Alright, if I'm picking a dong today... Oh, I'll troll Jake's pick of Hoskins, and I'll take Nick Williams. You want my Yelich ownership? It's at a crisp 0. 0 Yelich. No thank ya. No thank you. I don't like my FanDuel exposures. We'll see how that shakes out. Orioles lineup has a couple scratches. Evidently. Guess I need to get that fixed. No Chris Davis, no Adam Jones. Certainly not going in and correcting for that, though. Justin King, have fun at the Indian bar. Yeah, why would you have first base eligibility people on Baltimore? That would make too much sense. Ridiculous. Eric Hosmer it is. Where you hiding, Haas? Salary, 33. Gotta make them swaps. Four minutes now, people. What do you got? Adam Jones, outfielder, 4,100. Who we going with? Who we going with? Not Adam Jones. One guy I would have tried to get. Do I like butt stuff? No, I don't. I do not. PH, there is no Indian bar. Earlier chat joke. Anything left for me, people? 3 minutes to go. Countdown is up. 2 minutes to go. I hope you have your lineups in. I know I do. So tired. If you have any either ors, get them in now. Either you get them in now or you don't. Ba-dum-bum. Spags on Javier Baez. As if anybody goes to him for home run calls. See where Baez lands. Oh, I didn't see him there. Baez is 17th in the model. So the far cry from going ahead and grabbing... no funny names. Keep wanting to do Magnurus Sierra, but whatever. Cards and Rockies stacked today. Yeah, that'll be a unique one, that's for sure. Bailey, I think that you're assuming that Awesome Ocom was Alex before, but it's actually Spags right now. "15 seconds, everybody. Alrighty, thank you for being here today. I'm glad everybody wanted to join me for the stream. Best of luck in all of your contests. I hope you finish second to me in everything that you enter. We'll be back in the morning tomorrow, myself and Jake. Normal style Monday show. We'll have quick hits, spotlight hitters, pitchers, stacks. Live stream with myself and Chris Spags tomorrow at 6 o'clock. That's it. Just a normal old Monday tomorrow. So, good luck, everybody. When Nick Williams goes yard, let me know. And thanks for being here. Don't go Angels. I have no Angel stacks of value. So, yeah. Go Indians. Go Rangers. Go Nats. Go Josh. Later, everybody. Good luck.